Allez, 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 hop, hop, Macaro. La bobo. Mais, macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs.
Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone, and welcome to a long overdue Managersim Beginner Series episode 41. A couple of reasons why it's taken a bit longer than I thought, and squeaky chair. Couple reasons why it's taken longer than I thought it'd do for this episode. I've had a very busy week in real life, quite stressful as well, to be honest with you. And I woke up then this morning with a sore throat and a bit of a cold, so please excuse me if you hear me sniffing a bit today. But I wanted to do another episode to just give you an update of what's been going on in the actual game at the moment. Again, if you're new to the Managersim Beginner Series, then welcome. You can see all the previous episodes on my YouTube channel. Just search for Donut Donny. And we've had a lot of fun during the early days of the Managersim series. It was just me in the Swedish league under Elfsborg, as you can see there. You can see their ground on the left and Swedish flag on the right, obviously. And then about episode 35 onwards, other managers started to join me. And of course, we're now having a very good beginning of the season. We've had the Donut Cup, which AIK under Fritz won, so congratulations to Fritz. And then I did some predictions of what I thought the league might look like last episode, and I predicted that AIK would be top with a sort of like top two battle between Hamby and Malmo, if I can guess correctly. But we're going to go and see what the live update looks like. I have been looking after my side during the last episode, and I'll give you the views of the league when we get there. So here we go. Just make sure I can remember which right button I press, because I haven't done any streaming for over a week because I've been, again, work and not feeling too well. I think that's the right one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so here's my Elfsborg side. One thing, noticeable difference is that, let's make the screen a little bit bigger again, is I've been building up money, and my club is now in a pretty healthy financial position, so that's good. My wage bill has gone up, but I've been selling players, and also I'm now in Europe, obviously, because I qualify for the UEFA Cup. We'll do a Europe special in this episode as well, because every club has now gone into Europe, including Hammarby and Djurgården in the Champions League, and then I think it's 5-6 other sides in UEFA Cup round 1. And after the round 1, I think we've all had really good results, so I'm hoping that we do really well in Europe this year. But let's go. This is all live, so I haven't seen this update yet. So let's see what's been going on, shall we? Hope everyone's well, by the way. Here we go. I've got some new mail. So what I first do is I get rid of the mail that I don't really want to see. I've just had a friendly 1-1. Okay, Dave. This is live, Dave, so see what you've written. How much should I got for my cup performance? Oh, has the money not been paid yet? It looks like. Burnham, you need to pay the money. So let's just put, you should get 3 million in the bank as you, doing this live obviously, we're runners up. Oh, interesting actually. Let's go into the money situation in the comment, because I hear TV, that's TV rights, 5 million. 5 million? That seems a bit high. Bernard, have you paid everyone more money than I thought you were going to pay? Please let me know. So yeah, Dave, you should have got 3 million. Fritz should have got 5 million. This is the Donut Cup prize money, by the way, for people who don't know what I'm on about. And then Kay and me would have got 1 million because we both finished. We were semi-finalists. Let's just see. Oh no, nothing in there. So Burnham, if you can come back to me and let me know about the prize money, what's been going on, I'll be most grateful. Anyway, let's. I'm just going to clear my box. Always, when you do go into a game, always, if you can, do a bit of general housekeeping. And this is what I call housekeeping. Just delete mail that you don't need to see, so it doesn't become cluttered up. Other people might do it different ways, but this is how I do it my way. Again, apologise for my throat being a bit croaky, because I have got a pretty bad sore throat today. and I have been sniffing it a lot. So I'm crossing fingers I'm not going to sniff a lot in this. So if I do, I'm sorry. I can't help it. Alright, let's go right to the table, and to be honest, it's no surprise who's top. AIK are doing really, really well. It's under Fritz. Fritz is an amazing manager. He knows which are the right players to get. In fact, we got all these managers are really good managers. Are there any shocks to this? Well, at the league after only 9 games, I'm not really. I'm surprised Hammarby are 5th, I guess. My Elfsborg side are doing okay. I thought K would be higher than 9th, and Djurgården having a bit of a nightmare. At least in one of my predictions that I got right. Let's just make sure you're not. You can see. Oh, no, my icons are blocking that. Sorry, the icons around here are blocking what you're seeing, isn't it? So just double check. Yeah, it should be all right now. The bottom 4 is what I thought the bottom 4 could be. It's all the AI sides because you've got so many good managers here. That's probably why they're struggling. My Elfsborg side are what I thought they would be. They're mid-table at the moment. I did make some really good, some decent signings coming in. Well, I thought they were decent anyway. But I'm surprised Djurgården's struggling a little bit. Malmo are definitely struggling as well. Okay, if you've had a bit of a... Depending on who your opponent's been in the last couple of games. So you've had Djurgården, you've had Gothenburg, Hammarby, VF, Kalmar, Helsingborg, Örebro, Trollborg, yeah, and me, of course. Yeah, you've had a bit of a tough running, but no surprise really. It's Fritz who's up top. AIK you see in this game, of course. He's got some amazing players, and I can see, yeah, he could remain unbeaten this season. He could, and he's already got a 4-point lead over Trollborg. So congratulations to Dave. Trollborg, you're doing really well. Oh, you're expanding your stadium, eh? Nice. Then Mike's third of Helsingborg, as I thought, because Mike is building a good side. Now, it's obvious what's the road to success here, of having a decent side, and that's all your players having really good secondary skills. It's that simple. For instance, let's look at Elsnik here. Look at his secondary skills there, all in the 90s and 80s. Aggression, not so much. But if you have players, if you buy players with really good secondary skills as well as their main skills, then you're going to do well. It's a no-brainer, really. And that's what Helsingborg are doing, a really young side as well. That's what AIK is doing. If I just quickly go through all these screens quickly. Yeah, you can see the secondary skills of AIK sides are amazing for a lot of these players. So that is a real good way of getting a really good side. It might take time. You might have to have some really good coaches to build the skills up. You might have to go and find that decent free transfer, and you will get there. For instance, it didn't take these guys long to build these sides, and they're already very successful. Of course, if you get that good tactic as well. Me, I'm not so hardcore on secondary stats for my players, hence why I've never really been a very successful manager. I've won cups and the odd leagues and stuff, which is really great, but I've never been ultra successful. But I don't really mind most of my players not having really decent secondary stats. I'm starting to look. I'm definitely in this game save. I've been looking into my side with more secondary stats because I've got to compete. If I stick to my tactics that I used, the way I used to get players in the other game worlds, then I would be in the bottom 4. I have to be a lot stricter in this game because my job is always under threat. I have to remain where I am. If I remain lower than here, then there's a chance I could get the sack. But it just shows you how competitive this Swedish league is. All these 10 managers, and there actually are 10 managers this time, are all really good managers. And we still got room for 4 more. So people who haven't joined us, please do. So again, am I surprised that AIK are top? No, I'm not, because of their players have all got really decent secondary stats. Helsingborg have got all their players really decent second stats. Dave's an amazing manager, and I'm not surprised he's doing really well because a lot of his players have got really good secondary stats. You can see looking on here about all the 90s and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, there's something that I probably didn't go to in the beginner series. Let's look at my Helsingborg site. If you click this icon here, you can see it highlights all the main stats for that particular player. So for instance, if it's a defender, it highlights the main defence stats. If it's a midfielder, it highlights the main midfield stats, and striker, the main striking stats. And it does for the youth team as well, by the way. Really useful to use. Even though I don't really use it that much. Ooh, nearly sneezed then. So yeah, there's a few ways of being very successful. I think it's getting players with very good secondary stats. So in this game, I've gone a lot tougher in my players that I'm chosen. Even more so because I've got a massive squad, and also I didn't have that much money originally. I built up some really decent money. I had to sell one of my top midfielders. I'll show you here. Chilber, who wasn't really playing any games. I sold him to the AI Swedish side, also to make them a little bit more competitive. And I sold him for 17 million. And 17 million, which was welcome into my account. Especially as I only bought him for 4. So I made a bit of a profit there. My aim maybe is to make my stadium up to 80,000. But at the moment, the board's not letting me build a stadium anyway. At the moment, I just want to see what this season and next season are going to be. If this season and next season still become competitive, then yeah, I will invest into Elfsborg. If not, then I may move to another country. I don't know yet. It's too early to say. So what players have I got anyway? Let's talk about Elfsborg. It's been a while since the last update for obvious reasons. So I bought 2 loanees from this Italian side, but one loanee has now gone back, which is Petra. He's gone back to Trivulli in Italy because I wanted to give my players a chance in defence. I kept Zogrik though with him, and he's doing okay. He's got some. Oh, and then he got a 13-week injury as soon as I let this guy go back. Typical. Sold a couple of squad players, and then I bought Colinho. He's a really good attacker, even though he hasn't scored a goal yet. He's got some really good secondary stats there. Again, I'm looking at his secondary stats, and he's got pretty decent. Fra came in on a free transfer, and I made him into a central role so he can boost the central midfield because it was lacking a bit. Again, the secondary stats here are really good. These are the new type of players I'm bringing in. Gusto, I had to bring him in because I didn't really have any good defensive cover anymore because I let the guy on loan go back, and then the other guy on loan then had a long-term injury, so I had no choice. I had to buy someone in. And Gusto, and I got him on free, so that's not bad for a free actually. And then Mondragon is just a youngster in defence who will be a backup defender. So, excuse me, there goes my voice. How's the fixtures for us been? We've had a mixed start, but not a bad start. We started off very badly, losing 2-0 to VF, and then losing 1-0 to Hammarby, which was a bit unlucky. We only just lost to Burnham's side, Burnham's champions. Then we had our first win against the AI side Norrköping. Then we won again against Örebro, which I was surprised by that. We lost heavily to AIK, but come on, nearly everyone's losing to AIK. Well, everyone has lost to AIK at the moment. We had a good competitive draw against Trelleborg, which I was happy with. We lost to Djurgården, which I thought we could have at least drawn that. And then we beat KA, which I was surprised at. We beat him 1-0. This is the last game. Malmo dominated the game, but they were unlucky with injuries. And we were unlucky with one injury, and of course we had a send-off. So this was definitely an action-packed game. And this is what I call a football manager game. The other side dominate, but we win it. So, sorry, Kay. And then our next game is against Kalmar, who are one of the computer sides. We're currently in UEFA Cup. We're going to do a bit of Europe now. We won our first leg away to Grasshoppers, which was a really good result for us. We dominated the game as well. I'm sticking to a 4-4-2 formation. I won't go into the tactics screen on streams often now because I know other managers are watching this, and it kind of gives my... Well, I've got no secrets. I'm not exactly a very good tactician. We are still... I think we're still in the... No, we got knocked out of the cup in the first round again this year by Gothenburg. So we're out of the cup, so it gives us more chance to concentrate on Europe and the league. Sorry, I needed a drink because my voice is going. So yeah, our season has recovered. I had to just buy the right player coming in. But let's go into Europe as I promised. This is the Champions League after just one game. Djurgården are in a really tough group. I hope they do I hope they do well. Well, I'm guessing the manager hopes he does better. If they finish third, though, they'll go into UEFA Cup, and they hopefully will join all the other Swedish teams. Hammarby had a good result against Stuttgart, so well done there. But it's very, very early days, only one game gone. UEFA Cup, so we've got a number of Swedish sides already in this UEFA Cup. And my Elfsborg side obviously won the first leg 1-0, so that was great. And overall, all the other Swedish sides did really well. K's Malmo won against Dundee. Z's, Fritz's ARK won against another Italian side. The Italian sides are generally quite strong in here. VF beat the Hungarian side, so Folk. And Örebro beat FDN de Busch, the Dutch side. Gothenburg, sorry. They beat Wolfsburg, which was a really good result, actually. So all our Swedish sides have won the first leg. So let's cross fingers and hope they all get into the second round. And let's just hope they don't clash with each other. Because if we all do get through, then there's a good chance we might meet each other in a couple of rounds. Oh, just to let Djurgården's game was a 2-0 defeat against Mike's other team, Milan. So, yeah. Milan are probably the best side in the game world, so that was a tough to be drawn with them. And then not just then, you get you get Napoli as well, which I think Napoli are, they're a really good side as well. So Djurgården are really in a tough group, but I'm hoping they'll do well. If they can grab that third place at least, then they're going to the UEFA Cup and they'll meet all the other sides. But anyway, there's not much more to say. We got 2 ticks until the next league games. Let's just do a quick preview of what the next league games will be. Oops, wrong one. That one. Good luck to Hammarby and Djurgården in the next Champions League games, by the way. So we got Norrköping against ARK. ARK win, no brainer there. Gothenburg, Hammarby, toughie. Both not been in great form, so I don't know. Hammarby, I think, will do that. My Elfsborg against Kalmar, we should win that. Örebro against Örgryte. Örebro should win it. Trelleborg, Helsingborg, that's going to be a really good game. I think that's second against third. I can't predict what's going to be in that one. VF, I think, will beat Djurgården because Djurgården still need to be settling down. And I think Malmo will beat Halmstad. And that's it. Yeah. Got really nothing much more to say. I haven't had any more input from other managers. So please, whenever you get a chance, please send some more input and then I'll put it on the channel, onto the episode. And episode 42 will happen in a few days' time. Hopefully when I feel better. So let's go back to my info screen. Thanks everyone, and again, apologies for the long overdue. It's been a week since the last update. And I hope you enjoy this one. So I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.